Hey everyone, here's what you can expect from this Smart Top mod. Factory remote, push and hold the unlock button for 2 seconds. 1, 2. And the windows will come down, all 4. Also, the door is unlocked. Push and hold for 2 seconds the lock button, and the windows will come back up and the doors will lock. Notice nothing's flashing. If you push and hold the unlock for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, the lights will start to flash and the top will go into come down mode. So it'll completely drop all by itself. Lights flash the entire time and windows stay down. If you want to put everything back up, push and hold lock for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lights will start to flash and the top will come back up all by itself and the windows will come up. Stay tuned. I will show you how to program the mod controller and I will show you how to install it. Pretty cool, huh? This is the Smart Top controller from Mods for Cars. It interrupts your factory controller with this harness and overrides the system to make it work the way it should have worked in the first place. This cable here is what you hook into your computer to program it. I will flip over to screen recording next and show you all of the programming. You get, I think, 10 or 12 different features. They're digital toggles that you have to turn on or off, or you select 1, 2, or 3 to get the thing to work exactly the way you want it to work. Okay, this example is on a Mac, obviously, and these are all the windows that I have open. This is basically everything you'll need to get this thing to work. Down here on the left is the configurator. Up here, where I'm pointing now, is where you select the type of car you have. And what you need to do first is install the driver onto your computer that will enable you to talk to the device. It'll check for the firmware and then of course let you toggle through all your choices and then load to the controller. This is the screens that you'll use to get the download onto your computer, and here's instructions if you need them on how to troubleshoot or what else you might need depending on what version of, what Mac version you have. So once you get that done, then you're primarily going to use this window here, which has all of the 12 settings. You choose 0s, 1s, 2s, or 3s, depending on what you want to do. And you can check the firmware, make sure the firmware is updated, and then connect or disconnect the USB or the computer from the device. I suggest you do that because if you just unplug it, you actually have to install the unit in the car and run it to get it to kind of forget that it got unplugged incorrectly. Which is a little bit of a pain. I found that out the hard way. Anyway, here's a cheat sheet of what the default settings are on all the options. I didn't really use that. What I primarily used was this, which describes in detail every single option that they give you here. So you just go one at a time and you check 1, 2, 3, or 0. Sometimes there's only 1 or 2 options, and decide what it is that you want. Originally, I hooked up the lights to blink, and then I changed my mind and programmed it to not have the lights to blink, so I just had to come back in and turn that off. But it's really straightforward, and you'll for sure figure it out. Okay, so once you have the top up and the ignition back off, you just reach your fingernails right behind this piece right here and pull it forward, and then it'll hinge out. It has these 2 J hooks that it's just very obvious. You just flip it forward and it comes right out. While we're on this side, I'll go ahead and remove this 1 screw. This is the only screw. On this side, there's another one on that side, but there's only 2 screws. And then while I'm over here also, I'll go ahead and pop this up. You just reach your fingers under here and just gently pop up, and you can feel you've just popped about 4 spots right in here. And then move over to the other side and do exactly the same thing. This is really easy. Just flip this up and again out. It's like a J. The screw right here. And then just pop, reach your fingers in and pop this part up. And then this whole piece right here will remove. It's really easy. Okay, then you have to get the carpet off. So there's this tab right here. If you pull up on this felt thing, this is actually the stop when the top is in the complete down when the top is completely down. This is where the top rests. And then you pull up on this tab right here. There's a tab in the middle here. I'll show you from the other side. And then there's a tab here, which is actually kind of difficult to get out because there's this pipe in the way. But I find if you just pull it forward really good, take a screwdriver underneath it and pop it up, you can get it off. This carpet is kind of hooked in. I'll show you on the other side. Might be easier to see on this side, but there's a hook that holds the carpet in on the outermost sides and in the middle here, and it's just kind of difficult to pull off. There we go. All right, that's the most difficult thing of the whole project, is getting the carpet off of this far tab right there. All right, now that we have the cover off, the box that you need to access is right here. It's right behind the middle, and there is no way that I can get my hand in there or my head in there to show you what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the install. I'm going to put I'm touching it right now. This is the brain box right here for the convertible top. And I'm going to go ahead and install the smart controller, and then I'll put the camera in there and show you what it looks like after it's been installed. So here's the box right there that you're using, that you're hooking up to. Trying to kneel in here. It's actually super tight. Okay, so here's the box right there. That's what you need to access. Here's the plugs on the bottom. This is power. I'm not sure what this does. This one you don't use. This is the one you use, and you can see the smart controller is right over here, right there, right next to it. Let me push this carpet down a little bit. So right there, it's Velcroed in. You can see, I'll pull it off. There, see, Velcro. And you just snake the wire up and around and get it in there. There we go. So that you don't have any rattles. So you've got the cable that you saw earlier, and it plugs into the smart controller, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Plug that in, and you're ready to use the unit. I mean, there's nothing else to do. So there you go. All right, so I'm in the car. I have no idea if one button works without the key in ignition, which it doesn't. So that's a good thing. So we'll turn the key, and I should be able to, oh, that is freaking amazing. Wonderful, I don't have to hold that button anymore. Top is completely down, lowering into place. Brilliant. Windows didn't budge like they used to if I don't let my finger off. And let's see, one button, maybe. Boom. Oh, God, that is great. One button, and it comes right down. And final test, one button. That is almost worth the expense all by itself. All right, windows. Windows should come right up, which they are. Okay, now I should also get a new feature where, so I know I can one button down the window. That's the way it always works, right? One button up, down. Now I should be able to push both down, and now it lowers everything. Yeah, that's cool. And if I go two up, everything comes up. Yeah, more cool features. All right, let's test the final feature. So we're gonna turn the stereo up. And stereo should be, aha, stereo is volume 0. Very clever, smart top. After using the car for a couple days and fooling around with the top, I found that I hated the lights. The lights blinking, especially at night, were ridiculous. They attract too much attention to the car and they just look stupid. So I'll show you, I shut that off. We'll push and hold unlock and the top will drop and there'll be no blinky lights. I just like it better. And then of course in the up mode, it does exactly the same. Kind of a stealthy, just more stealthy, right? In the up mode, and I'll show you something here that is on purpose. Watch this back window. It pauses a second before it comes up. Now the original way that it worked was those came up all the way before the front window came up. But if you notice, they come up at the same time and then right there, see, it just stopped for a second. It's kind of interesting the way they program that. It's obvious to not cause some kind of hang up. If we just do the 1, 2, and we just lower the windows, you'll notice it doesn't do that. Oh, I take that back. It doesn't do that. Let's go ahead and drop the top all the way. And then I'll show you the windows don't have that little pause when they come up, when the top is down. So it's pretty smart. So we'll hold this for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and that'll just bring up the windows. And see how it's a different pattern, like the front one comes up first and then the back one. Now I've never raised the top with the windows up. So, oh, that's really cool. They come down halfway. So you can't screw this up. They don't even come down halfway. They come down like a little bit. Yeah, very, very smart. So this concludes this demo and install of yet another upgrade on this 911. I think I've done maybe 20 or 25 things to this car, and I am planning a video that will show everything I've done and give you some super cool ideas of little things that you may want to do to your 911. So please subscribe, and if you like this video, please hit that like button. Thanks, and as always, thanks for watching.